Hey, and welcome. There is a moment many people know but rarely talk about. You wake up already tired. Nothing dramatic happened, no catastrophe, no big crisis, and yet your mind feels heavy, your body feels slow, and even small things, an email, a message, a decision, feel strangely difficult. And because we live in a culture that likes simple explanations, the mind quickly asks, what's wrong with me? Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I'm just not disciplined enough. But what if that question is too small? What if the better question is, what is happening in my system? This is where the biopsychosocial model becomes so helpful. It says that our mental and emotional life is not created by one thing alone. Not just your thoughts, not just your biology, not just your circumstances. It is shaped by the interaction of three layers. Bio, your body, brain, nervous system. Psycho, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, coping patterns. Social, your relationships, environment, stress, culture, daily context. A simple metaphor. Imagine your well-being like a three-legged stool. If one leg becomes weak, the stool wobbles. If two legs are under pressure, you feel unstable. If all three are strained at the same time, even ordinary life can feel overwhelming. And this matters because many people blame themselves for wobbling without noticing the stool. Let's imagine one ordinary week. A person starts sleeping badly. Not terrible, just broken sleep. They wake up at 3 a.m., scroll a little, fall asleep late, wake up tired. That's the bio leg beginning to shake. Now, because they are tired, their mind becomes less generous. Small problems feel bigger. Their inner critic gets louder. They read a neutral message and hear rejection in it. They start thinking, I'm behind, I can't keep up. Why am I like this? That's the psycho leg getting hit. Then they withdraw a little. They cancel one plan. They answer messages later. Work piles up. The room gets messier. They feel less supported, more alone, more ashamed. Now the social leg is affected too. Nothing huge happened. And yet the whole system feels heavy. This is the power of the biopsychosocial model. It helps us see that suffering is often not a personal failure. It is a pattern of interactions, and just as importantly, it gives us more than one door back in. Because if your struggle comes from one cause only, you get one solution. But if your struggle is a system, then healing can begin in many places. Maybe you can't solve everything this week, but maybe you can strengthen one leg of the stool. You can start with the body. A little more sleep, food before caffeine, a short walk, sunlight in the morning, breathing slower when your chest is tight. None of these are magical, but they change the conditions your mind is working in. Or you can start with the psychological layer, noticing the thought instead of becoming the thought, replacing I'm failing with I'm overloaded, speaking to yourself with less violence, asking, what do I need right now, instead of what is wrong with me? This doesn't remove reality. It helps you meet reality with more clarity. Or you can start with the social layer, telling one trusted person the truth, asking for help earlier, setting one boundary, reducing one source of chaos, spending time with someone who helps your nervous system exhale. Sometimes healing begins not with insight, but with company. And here is the quiet beauty of this model. You do not have to fix your entire life to feel better. You often just need to reduce pressure in one part of the system enough that the rest can begin to recover. When people don't know this model, they often become cruel to themselves. They say things like, I should be able to handle this. Other people manage. I just need more discipline. But the biopsychosocial model invites a more intelligent compassion. It says, maybe your body is tired. Maybe your mind is carrying too much. Maybe your environment is louder than your nervous system can process right now. That is not weakness. That is context. And context changes what healing looks like. For one person, healing might mean therapy. For another, sleep and structure. For another, grief support. For another, medication. For another, leaving a harmful environment. For most people, it is some combination. That combination is not a sign that your problem is complicated, it is a sign that you are human. So the next time you feel yourself wobbling, try not to rush to the old question, what's wrong with me? Try this instead. Which leg of the stool needs support right now? Your body, your mind, your relationships and environment. That question changes the tone immediately. It moves you from shame to strategy, from self-judgment to understanding, from I am broken to my system needs support. And maybe that is one of the most healing things psychology can offer. Not a perfect answer, but a better map, because when you can see the system, you can stop fighting yourself. And when you stop fighting yourself, even small changes begin to matter again. A little more sleep, one kinder thought, one honest conversation, one less burden. The stool steadies, and slowly, quietly, life becomes easier to carry. Are there specific topics you're interested in, or a particular question you'd like answered in your life? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe now and join me on your journey toward more clarity and inner strength.